with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good Friday evening. I'm Haley Potter. Thanks for joining us for tonight's edition of the Erie News NOWCAST. A restaurant burned to the ground today in Edinboro, requiring dozens of fire departments and more than 6 hours to extinguish. The smoker at Roadhouse 698 caught fire just before noon, and the fire quickly spread to the restaurant. It was totally engulfed by the time crews arrived, and the building was so badly damaged they had to fight the fire from the outside. They managed to keep the fire from spreading, but the building was a total loss. Routes 6 and 89 were both closed for more than 6 hours as firefighters from several counties battled the massive blaze. 6 years after a fire closed the Perkins in Edinboro, the restaurant and bakery will reopen on Monday. The restaurant on West Plum Street caught fire in 2015. It is locally owned and operated by JDK Management, which operates 49 Perkins locations. The restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The chain is known for its all-day breakfast menu and bakery goods. New tonight, we're learning more about the future of the Erie Coke plant and what it means for people in our region. Isaac Petcash tells us the future of the plant will take 3 phases to complete.
In a recent meeting with local activists, the Environmental Protection Agency noted that some 25,000 pounds of solid waste and 2,000 gallons of liquid waste had been collected in just the first week of May. In that same meeting, Mike Campbell, co-leader of the group Hold Erie Coke Accountable, learned it will be a while until Phase 1 ends.
That process, the Phase 1 process, they indicated should be complete by the end of the year.
But why so long? The plant has been shut down since 2019, hasn't it? Well, yes, but Campbell said the sheer volume of waste means the cleanup process will take longer than people might realize.
It's a huge, messy place, so it's not surprising. And, you know, unfortunately, Erie Coke went bankrupt and is no longer there to clean up their mess.
In the same meeting, the EPA said it was targeting next spring for the start of Phase 2. That phase is all about inspecting the facility.
That's where they'll be doing soil sampling and drilling wells for testing the subsurface water.
Eventually, possibly at some point in 2022, Phase 2 will conclude. At that point, it will be up to the results of the inspection as to what is built or put at the plant. Erie residents told me they'd just really like something nice to be done with the Coke plant. They don't want what they call an eyesore near the marina or the lake anymore. They just want something that looks appealing.
Well, look how beautiful it's down here at the Lake Erie, and we got that nasty plant up there. You know, so I just think they had to move on it.
For Erie resident Joe Mitchell, appealing could mean anything.
Maybe put like another hotel in there, or maybe something for the kids or the youth to do, like a go-kart track or something.
But as we mentioned, it will be at least another year, if not longer, until a decision on the plant can be made. In the meantime, Campbell urges residents to speak their mind and pitch their ideas, but to keep in mind that things will take some time.
If the process is a slow one, it's because they want to do things right. Our local wheels don't always move fast, and state wheels move a little bit slower, and federal wheels move even slower. So we just have to kind of let those wheels turn.
Thanks, Isaac. Erie News Now reached out to the EPA to get further clarification on the process, but we have not received a response. Pennsylvania's unemployment rate and payrolls remain virtually the same in April. State figures released today show Pennsylvania's unemployment rate rose 1/10 of a percentage point in April. Pennsylvania's unemployment rate is 0.4%, which is 1% more than the national rate. In a survey of households, the labor force remained virtually the same at just below 6.3 million. For some context, the labor force was at a record 6.6 million just before the pandemic. Pennsylvania has regained about 60% of the more than 1 million jobs lost in the pandemic. And our region has vaccinated more than 140,000 people as of today. That translates out to be about more than 45% of the population. Erie has fully vaccinated more than 102,000 people. As of today, more than 4 million Pennsylvanians have been fully vaccinated against the coronavirus. For the latest COVID-19 facts and figures, check out our website, erienewsnow.com. Erie County is celebrating community members with its Public Health Champion Awards. The awards were created to honor community members and businesses doing public health work. Recipients today include the Sons of Lake Erie for their leadership in preserving natural resources at Presque Isle Bay, and John McEnroe, who served in the Health Department's Incident Command structure during the pandemic. Erie County Department of Health Director Melissa Lyon says the pandemic brought visibility to people already doing excellent public health work, and they plan to keep on honoring them.
People are doing public health work all the time and they don't know it, and so we talk about it being an invisibility crisis. People don't know what public health is. They don't understand the work that's being done. So we figured if we began to recognize individuals' efforts for doing public health work, we could combat the invisibility crisis. However, the pandemic basically did that on our behalf.
This is the first year that the Erie County Health Department has given out the Champion Awards. Pennsylvania's acting physician general will be in town next week. Dr. Denise Johnson will visit Wayne Primary Care on Monday. Prior to taking on the post at the state level, Dr. Johnson was the chief medical officer for the Meadville Medical Center. According to a release from the Department of Health, Dr. Johnson will tour the COVID-19 mobile vaccine unit. Dr. Johnson will also talk about combating vaccine hesitancy in minority communities. Good news for drivers in Hayfield Township, Crawford County tonight. The bridge that carries Route 198 over Cosahuego Creek has reopened. PennDOT says it has completed the rehab work on the bridge and drivers no longer need to follow the detour using Route 6 and Interstate 79. Work on the bridge included updating guide rails, patching bridge beams, and other repairs. And if you've been considering getting a lottery ticket, today might be your lucky day. A jackpot of more than $500 million is up for grabs in tonight's Mega Millions drawing. The Pennsylvania Lottery says the jackpot has an estimated annuity of $515 million. It's the 9th largest jackpot in Mega Millions history. The last time someone won the Mega Millions was back in February. You have to buy your ticket before 10 p.m. tonight in order to play. If there are no winners, the jackpot will go up to $560 million. Thanks for joining us for the Erie News Nowcast. Join us for our next news at 10 p.m. on the CW and 11 p.m. on WICU and WSEE. Have a great night.